So my teacher project for this week is equivalent fractions, which basically means fractions that have the same value but look different. So for example, 1/2 is equivalent, so same value, to 2/4. And later in this teach-it, I will show you exactly why that is. But one nice thing to remember is with equivalent fractions, one way to see if they're equivalent is if you multiply or divide both the top number and the bottom number, so both the numerator and the denominator, by the same number, you will get the same equal fraction. Okay, so let's take a little look at that. I have a quick little poem, so you will, that says, one way to remember it, one rule: change the bottom using multiply or divide, and the same to the top must be applied. So if you're multiplying the top number by 2, you also need to multiply the bottom number by 2 in order for them to be equal or equivalent. Okay, so let's look at those same numbers, that 1/2, and we'll see if it's equal to 2/4. Actually, let's just look at them first. And maybe 4/8. So we're trying to figure out if these fractions are all equivalent. So let's take this first one, and if we multiply that number by 2, we'll get 2. And if we multiply that same number, the 2, by 2, we should get 4. So we know that the top numbers all are multiplied by 2. Same for the bottom numbers, right? If we multiply this denominator by 2, we'll get 4. And we exactly have to use the same number, the 4 by 2, and we'll get 8. But I'm going to show you what that looks like. Okay, so if I have this piece of pizza, or this pie, this whole pie, and I cut it into half, I'm going to have 1/2 of that pie. So the denominator, 2, made us cut that pie into 2 pieces, and I took one of those halves. Okay, so this time I'm going to cut my pizza into 4ths, into 4 equal parts. And up here we're going to take 2 of those 4ths. So 1 slice of pizza, 2 slices of pizza. We can already tell that this 1/2 and this 2/4 is the exact same amount of pie, can't we? Now over here, we're going to take this pizza and cut it into 8ths. So we have 8 pieces of pie this time, and we're going to take 4 of those pieces of pie. So 1 piece, 2 piece, 3 piece, and 4 piece. And if my drawing was a little better, you could see these are exact same amount of pie. We all have the same, which means that 1/2 is equal to that 2/4 of the pie, and that's also equal to 4/8 of the pie. So if my pie is in 2 pieces and I take 1, it's the same as if my pie is in 4 pieces and I get 2, and that's the same as if my pie is in 8 pieces and I get 4. All right. You can also look at that on a number line. So I'm going to take 1, 0 to 1 on my number line. So again, remember we had 1/2 of that. So I cut my number line into 2 pieces. Right in the middle is 1/2. Let's hope I can do this drawing so we can see. So again, a 0 and a 1. This time I'm going to cut those pieces into 4 pieces. So 1, 2, 3, and 4. Not so good, but 4. So if I take 1, 2, it's right down the middle of that 1/2. And let's see if I can really do a good job with my 8s. 1, 2, 3, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And again, if I take 4 pieces of that 8, 1, 2, 3, 4, 4 A's. So you can see that is the exact same on the number line. So now let's see if that works for the division problem. I have my handy dandy here so that I can have it even Steven we like. So let's see if 1836 is equal to 612. We're still finding that out. And 1/2. So remember, we need to do the same thing for the numerator as we do in the denominator. So I'm going to divide the 18 by 3. And remember, with division, it is a repeated subtraction problem. So that when I'm going, and then I do get 6 here. When I'm going another one over, I'm going to divide this time by 6 because it needs to be the same value here. So I'm taking away 3 and then I'm taking away another 3, so dividing by 6. So we do know that 18 divided by 3 is 6 and 6 divided by 6 is 1. So we know these top numerators are equal. Let's find out about the bottom numerators. 36 divided by 3 is in fact 12, and 12 divided by 6, because again we're taking the same value away here with division, equals 2. So we know that 18 over 36 is equal to 6 over 12, which is equal to 1/2. So these are all 3 equivalent fractions. And I wouldn't even attempt to try and make a number line where I'm taking 36 pieces, but I drew one for you. Let's see if they are in fact equivalent on the number line. So the 1/2 here, we cut this into 2 equal pieces. Right in the middle, we took one of them, 1/2 right there. This time we cut them into 12 equal pieces. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. We took 6 of those 12s, and there you go, right at the same spot as your 1/2, same amount. And then, this was my tricky one, the 36 pieces. We're cutting this long line into 36 pieces. I won't do the math, or the counting for you, just assume that it's 36. Right there in the middle, 18, and look, right at the same spot as the 6 and your 2. Same amount. So they are all 3 equivalent fractions. So 3 rules to remember when you're trying to find out if fractions are equivalent. One being equivalent fractions, the top and the bottom, you're going to multiply or divide by the same amount. You can only multiply and divide to find out if a fraction is equivalent. You cannot add or subtract. And when you're doing division, when the top and bottom, only do it if they'll still be the same whole number, if they're going to be a whole number. Otherwise, it's getting a little tricky. Questions?